How did an entire generation, born into the safest, most connected age in human history, become the most anxious? We were promised technology that would make life easier. We were promised a future filled with opportunity. We were promised connection. Yet today, Gen Z stands on the front line of a mental health crisis the world did not predict. So what went wrong? Is it the world that changed, or the world that changed them? This is the story of a generation struggling to breathe in a world moving faster than the human mind can follow. The rise of anxiety in Gen Z, the silent wave. Anxiety is not new. It has existed for thousands of years, but never like this. According to modern studies, Gen Z reports the highest anxiety levels in recorded history. Panic attacks, sleepless nights, constant overthinking, emotional exhaustion. But behind every statistic is a real human story. Maya, age 17. Maya sits on the edge of her bed, scrolling through her phone long after midnight. Her room glows blue. Her eyes burn, but she can't stop. Tomorrow is school. Tomorrow are the exams. Tomorrow are the expectations. She knows she should sleep, but instead, she scrolls deeper into a world where everyone else seems perfect. Perfect grades, perfect skin, perfect relationships, perfect lives. And when she finally closes her eyes, her heart races. Her mind whispers, "You're falling behind. They're doing better than you. You're not enough." Maya isn't alone. Millions of Gen Z teens feel exactly the same way. The digital trap Generation Z grew up in a world where the internet wasn't a tool. It was a childhood environment. Social media didn't enter their lives. They were born into it. Instagram at age 12, TikTok at age 14, comparison at age 15, burnout at age 16. The human brain simply wasn't designed for this level of stimulation. Every swipe is dopamine. Every like is validation. Every comment is a hit of attention. But when the phone goes dark, reality feels painfully quiet. The psychology scientists call it reward sensitivity, the phenomenon where the brain becomes dependent on fast thrills. The more Gen Z scrolls, the more their brain rewires itself around instant gratification. And anxiety grows when the real world cannot keep up with the speed of the digital one. The pressure to be perfect Gen Z is the most visible generation in history. Every post is judged. Every comment is analyzed. Every photo is compared. Every mistake is immortalized online. In the past, teenagers feared embarrassment in a classroom of 30. Today, teenagers fear embarrassment in front of the entire internet. Ethan, age 15, Ethan loved drawing. He would sit quietly in the back of class and sketch superheroes. One day, he posted his drawing online. He hoped for encouragement. Instead, the comments tore him apart. Cringe, trash, stop trying, delete your account. Ethan didn't leave his room for 2 days. His hands shook whenever he tried to draw again. Something inside him changed. A quiet belief. I'm not good enough. This is the invisible pressure that Gen Z carries. Not because they lack confidence, but because they live under the constant gaze of millions. The school stress machine Gen Z is the most educated generation ever, and also the most academically anxious. College acceptance rates are dropping. Grades matter more than ever. Competition is global, and mistakes feel fatal. School is no longer a place of learning. For many kids, it feels like a battleground. The science of academic anxiety. Psychologists say the human brain enters fight or flight mode when faced with overwhelming pressure. But Gen Z's fight or flight is triggered almost daily. Tests, deadlines, grades, parent expectations, career fear. Stress hormones build up, and anxiety becomes constant. Identity in a confusing world. Past generations grew up with simple identity paths. Gen Z grew up with infinite options, infinite career choices, infinite labels, infinite lifestyles, infinite expectations. Too many options create decision paralysis, and decision paralysis creates anxiety. Lena, age 19. Lena moved to college hoping to discover who she was. But instead of clarity, she found confusion. Everyone around her had a label. Everyone had a community. Everyone had a direction, except her. She felt lost, disconnected, and overwhelmed. She wasn't alone. Identity anxiety is rising sharply among Gen Z. Questions like, who am I? What do I believe? Where do I belong? These questions shake their core. The pandemic effect, COVID-19, didn't create this crisis, but it magnified it. Lockdowns stole years they were supposed to spend discovering themselves, building relationships, learning social skills, exploring the world. A generation that was already digitally dependent became digitally isolated. And the consequences are only starting to show. The economic earthquake. Gen Z was told, go to school, get good grades, get a stable job, buy a house. But the world they inherited doesn't match the promises. High rent, high inflation, student debt, low wages, job instability. The future feels threatening, not inspiring. Uncertainty is one of the strongest triggers of anxiety. And uncertainty is all Gen Z has ever known. The science of the overwhelmed brain. Biologists say the human brain evolved slowly over thousands of years. But the environment changed rapidly in only 20. The mismatch created the modern stress paradox. Gen Z's minds are overwhelmed not because they're weaker, but because they're dealing with more stimuli than any generation before them. The brain wasn't built for constant notifications, endless comparison, non-stop information, global crises, instant communication, digital identity. Their anxiety is not a character flaw. It's a biological response to an unnatural environment. The family shift. Gen Z grew up with stressed parents, busy schedules, less community, less emotional availability. Neighborhoods became quieter. Support systems weakened. A generation pushed to adapt faster than any human generation ever has. This is not a generation that is weak. This is a generation that is overwhelmed. Families became more isolated. The world became more individualistic. And anxiety thrives in isolation. The world evolved faster than the human brain could follow. Technology transformed their environment. Culture transformed their identity. The economy transformed their future. The internet transformed their relationships. Social media transformed their self-worth. But the human mind did not transform with it. Gen Z is not broken. They are responding exactly how any human brain would respond in impossible conditions. Their anxiety is not a warning about themselves. It is a warning about the world. A world that must slow down. A world that must reconnect. A world that must understand its children better. Gen Z isn't hopeless. They are honest. They are aware. They are strong in ways the world doesn't see. And if we listen to them, truly listen, we might learn what the future needs to become. The story of Gen Z's anxiety isn't just about them. It's about us. All of us. The return to the opening question again. Why Gen Z the most anxious generation in history? We now understand it's not just social media. It's not just identity. It's not just school. It's not just the economy. It's not just the pandemic. It's not one reason. It's all of them at once. A perfect storm. For more videos, like and subscribe to Logic Lane Visuals YouTube channel.